thy enemies make out, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. Meaning what? We own you, man. We on your ass, man. We on your ass. Watch this. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. What? Giving you so-called rap music, giving you a college degree, telling you, giving our women feminism, man. Giving you all these different lies and religion, because religion ain't nothing but Esau Edom's lies, man. All roads lead back to the lie, man. I don't care what religion you follow. If you are not an Israelite, the word Holy Bible, it said Holy Bible. The word holy means separate, set apart. So this Bible was only for a select, for those who are separate. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? You Israelites, man. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. How did they do that, man? On them plantations, they did what? They split the families up. They sold the children over here. They sold the parents over here, beat Christianity and so-called white man Jesus into you, man, and made you subservient to it. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah or Israel may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Confederate means, guess what? They have come. It explains itself, man. Confederate mean in alliance. In alliance with who? Let's see who it is. The tabernacles of Edom. That's the main culprit right there, the first one. The house of tabernacle going into the house, or the lineage of Edom. And the Ishmaelites, or Moab, Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek. The Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. All these are the different nations, man. The Ishmaelites are them so-called Arabs. Moab is the so-called Chinese. Ammon is them Japanese, man. Amalek is them fake Jews, man. All these people are confederate against you, and they got to go. They are your reparations, man. We're going to continue to prove that. Let's go to Revelations. Let's go to Revelations. We're going to prove that. Revelations chapter 2. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26, man. We got to prove that. This is red letter. This is Lord Yahushua speaking. Not Jesus Christ. We casting that garbage down. Lord Yahushua. And he that overcometh. Overcometh means what? To endure, to persevere through all the perils that's coming here on the earth. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. These scriptures written in this book, these prophecies, unto the end. To him will I give power over the nations. Nation is the root word of what? Nationalities. Verse 27, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Now, what does Romans 8 and 17 tell you? Let's find out how this plays into the elect, the 1/3 that's going to be brought through the fire, man. That will be the new ruling government of the kingdom of heaven, which is an everlasting kingdom here, right here on earth. Romans 8 and 17. Romans 8 and 17. Romans 8 and 17. Let's start at 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So the Spirit reveals who is an Israelite, man. Mainly what? The main spirit is, can you accept this truth? Can you eat this whole roll? Can you take can you stomach that all these people got to go into slavery underneath you, man? And that these so-called white people are the devil the Bible speaks of, the serpent, who the world will call Satan, which is their elites. They're breaking the 13 elite banking families, which Satan means what? Adversary against, which gave you all these unrighteous decrees, the laws, rap music, pork on your sandwich, man. Who told you that called you Africans, man? Told you it's cool to be a homosexual, man. showing you that they are adverse against the scriptures. Verse 17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Christ. Christ means Hamashiach in the Paleo Hebrew, the anointed. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. If we overcometh, which we just read in Revelations 2:26. This is the faith and the patience of the saints. Revelations 13:10, man. Revelations 13:10. Let me read that again. Romans 8:17. If the children then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer. Suffer means to be patient. Suffer with him. This is the suffer and the patience and the faith of the saints, suffering, that we may also be glorified together. So guess what? In Revelations 2:26, he said he's going to give you power over the nations. He going to give Yahushua power over the nations. And guess what? You are joint heirs with him, man. So you're going to rule over the nations and do what? And do what? And do what? Ruling with a rod of iron. Let's prove that even further. Let's go to Psalms chapter 2. Psalms chapter 2. And we're going to start at verse 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. Zion means to Zion, meaning memorial. Meaning memorial or remembrance. The elect. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. Who is the king? Yahushua, the king of kings and Lord of lords. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh have said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. That's Yahushua, man. Verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give the heathen for thy inheritance. The heathen is the 17 nations outside of Yasharallah, man. If you're not an Israelite, you are a heathen, sir. And you're going into slavery. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. The whole earth is yours, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Who? The nations, starting with Esau, Edom. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Huh? Let's continue, man. Let's continue to show these boys, man. You so-called white people are through, man. You so-called and you other heathen nations. It's over, man. It's over, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Esau, Edom being in subjugation, along with these other nations, is the only true reparations, man. Let's continue, man, to prove that. Psalms chapter 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. When it says the children of Edom or the children of Israel, that only proves what? That only proves reincarnation, man. That only proves reincarnation, man. Because your children come after you. So these so-called white people who you see today are the children of the same people who was hanging and doing all that, man. Now that we in a different time period or era, it's not cool to do those things. But that's the reason that they show in all their actions, in their being a Karen, being a Chad, thinking they own everything. They show in their spirit beareth witness that they are the children of Satan, man. The children of Esau, and that they hate you forever. Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. So guess what? They was hyping it up when these other nations was taking us down, man. Yeah, burn the temple, man. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon. What is the daughter of Babylon? The great old US of A, the throne of Esau, Edom. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So we're going to serve you up the same way you served us. Just like Revelation 13 and 10 said, just like 2nd Esdras 5 and 42 says, his judgment is like a ring. Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. So we're going to be taking your babies and hitting them upside rocks and all that, just like you did us, baby. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I'm all, if this is too much for you to stomach, man, change your station, man. Like Mike Tyson said, change your damn station, man. And go get ready to be burnt to a crisp with Esau, Edom, and the rest of these nations, man. Because if you're not down with the so-called Black Messiah, then by default, you're down with Esau, Edom. And I would like to give you my condolences. Fuck you. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Let's continue, man. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 12. Ezekiel chapter 12, proving that you people got to be tightened up and that you are the true reparations, man. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 12. Salakia 25. I don't know why I keep doing that. Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah. Who is Judah? Judah is truly you so-called Negroes over here, you so-called black people in the Americas. Michael Jordan, Kanye West, LeBron James, Jay-Z's, all these, Mike Tyson. But also who? Judah was also used to describe the southern kingdom, the Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, who you would call the Jamaicans or the West Indians today, and the Haitians, who are the tribe of Levi. These other nations just called us all Jews or Judah, the house of Judah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking revenge, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. Yahweh Shai is his hand. And an extension of the hand is the prophets that's out here on the highways and by hedges on this internet exposing him. Because things will have to happen spiritually first and through the spirit. The earth will have to be told what's truly going on for Yahweh Shai to put in the physical work. Therefore, going into wait on him for him to rise up to the prey, man. We can't do nothing. All we got to do is push this word, continue to push this word and follow these laws and statutes and commandments to the best of our ability, man, and keep enduring, man, overcoming. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Ezekiel 25 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it. So your dog died, all your babies, man, everything, you gotta go. And I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And how you gonna fall by the sword? Let's get that. Let's see how you gonna fall by the sword. Let's go to Second Esdras in the Apocrypha, the hidden books that the Roman Catholic Church took out. Second Esdras 11, Second Esdras, Salaki, 11 and verse 39. Let's get that. Second Esdras 11 and 39. Are not thou it that remainest of the four beasts? Because the four beasts was what? The four empires was what? The Babylonian captivity empire, man, the Medo-Persian empire, man, and then you had the Greek empire with Alexander the Great, who they call Alexander, which was the first time that these so-called white people ever ruled for real. Power came through Alexander, man. That's when they started ruling, man. They started all this garbage. And the fourth beast will be this revised Roman Empire, because you are in the Roman Empire right now. That's why your kids got to learn Roman numerals, man. Huh? That's why they got all these stadiums that look like the Roman Colosseums, man. Huh? Let's continue. Are not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world? Because these four empires are the main ones that rule throughout history. That the end of their times might come through them. And how will it come through them? ICBM, nuclear, missiles. Let me get that, man. Let me get that, though. I know I brung it out yesterday, but I'm bringing it out again. Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, man. The end of their time going to come through them. Behold, I have created the smith. Behold, meaning look, I have created the smith that bloweth the coal and the fires. This is speaking on the ancient blacksmith, because the blacksmith made all the weapons, the daggers, the spears, the shield. He had to keep the fire hot to shape and mold their weaponry, right? Behold, I have created the smith. What is the smith today? The scientists, man. Those scientists, man. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gave the so-called white man the intelligence to split the atom, man, and bring forth what? And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. What is that instrument? That ICBM thermonuclear missile, sir, hypersonic. That all nations got now. All the nations got them now. And have created the waster to destroy. To destroy who? Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, and the wicked of our people as well. Huh? So your end gonna come through you. You made the weapon, and it's gonna come down upon your head. Let's continue, man. Going back to Ezekiel, and we getting ready to come to the end of this thing. Ezekiel, chapter 25, and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Yeah, that's when that spiritual power, when we get that spiritual power, man, we coming to get you up out of them caves, man. You can go back on some of the lessons to find out about that. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rahakak Wadah. His vengeance meaning his revenge, which only equals, since we are joint heirs, it's our revenge too, sir. Huh. Woo, man. Let's continue, man. Let's go to Psalms chapter 149, because we coming to the end of this thing. Psalm chapter 149, man. Psalm chapter 149, man. And like I said, if this is too much for your stomach, it ain't for you, man. And you got to be barbecue. You got to be thermonuclearly baptized with that super hot, that ultimately hot, molten lava hot fire, man. Psalms 149, and I'm going to start at 4. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. Who is his people? The Israelites, mainly the 1/3 elect on this side. He will beautify the meek with salvation. That's who we going to save. The 1/3, the 144,000, the new government, and the 1/3 up under it. Mixed multitude, men, women, and children. Verse 5, let the saints be joyful in thy glory. Who is the saints? You Israelites. You can read about that in Psalms 50, 5. Let the saints be joyful in the glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Verse 6, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. That sword is literal. That sword is a literal sword, a literal weapon. Verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, all you people who are outside the nation of Israel, Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and punishments upon the people. Watch this, verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, put that yoke on you, to execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints, praise ye the Lord. Where's this judgment written? Within and without, all throughout this whole 1611 King James version of this Bible. We read what in Revelations 2:26, he would give you power over the nations. That's where the judgment is written. We also read in Numbers 28:14 that Edom shall be a possession. That's where it is written. Huh? The judgment. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. His judgment is like unto a ring. We read that in 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 42, sir. Let's continue, man. Isaiah chapter 14 and 1. We almost getting ready to close. Isaiah chapter 14 and 1. Isaiah chapter 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, you Israelites, and we will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Where's your homeland at? It ain't Africa, man. It's Israel, where the fake Jews at right now. That's your homeland where you're going back home to. And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Who are the strangers? The Israelite foreigners. These people who look like they so-called white, who look like they Chinese, who look like they Japanese, who look like they African, but truly come from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who who the world calls let me give you a good example. Justin Timberlake, man, it may be Israelite, man, right? He looked like a so-called white boy, but he got rhythm, soul, he got a spirit, charisma. You are the only people who had that. Who else? Who else? When you see so-called white people who can dance and got flavor and swagger, well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, their father goes back to a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American. That's one of the mighty works of the Lord, man. They won't know who all. That's why you got a DNA test, because these so-called white people want to know who all comes from Israel. Who's all of Yasharallah, sir? That's the purpose of it, to get money and to find out who the true Israelites are, because you can't tell by just looking at someone. It's a spirit. It's a something that's inside of them, man, called like a bloodline as well. Let's continue. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Yeah, they coming back with their people. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Edom shall be a possession. You shall rule the nations with a rod of iron. And watch this. And they shall take them captives. Whose captives they were? Huh? And they shall rule over their oppressors. Plain upon tables. Everybody who oppressed us, you're ruling over them. That's your reparations, man. Let's continue, man. Let's go to Jeremiah. We getting ready to close, man. Got about 2 more, man. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 30. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16, man. Edom being in subjugation along with these other nations is the true reparations, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. All these nations devoured us. We read that in Psalms 83, man. And all thy adversaries, everybody who been against us, the crafty council who was confederate, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled. And all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Ooh, you people are in trouble, man. If you are not, if this is too much for you, if you're changing the channel, fuck you. You're gonna be destroyed here with your oppressors and these and Esau, Edom, your top enemy, man, your slave master. Let's continue, man. Let's go to Isaiah. Back to Isaiah, man. Chapter 49. And if you are a traitor, guess what? You're gonna be destroyed. Let me quit. Isaiah 49 and 23. And kings shall be thy nurse and fathers. Yeah, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Bloombergs, Mark Zuckerberg and them from Facebook, them will be the kings of the earth, man. And the kings shall be thy nurse and fathers. They gonna be, they gonna be, hard work. Yeah, hard work. They gonna be raising up. They gonna do everything. They gonna be the butler, man. And kings shall be thy nurse and fathers, and their queens thy nurse and mother. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth, you just celebrated 70 years of you being the so-called Queen of England. Well, guess what? You gonna be nursing the children in the kingdom, and the ones that's like you. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth and lick the dust of thy feet. If you don't want this, I don't know what you want. That's why you got to be barbecued. You have to be thermonuclearly baptized, man, and brung back in your right mind in the kingdom of heaven, reborn into the kingdom of heaven in your right mind, because you are too tainted. You are not worthy of this. So change your station. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. This is the faith and the patience of the saints. To whom overcomes, to who suffers, shall they be joined. Romans 8 and 17, man. And we're going to end it off right here. Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 14. Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee, the children of them, who you seeing today, these so-called white people today, shall come bending unto thee. And all they that despise thee, everybody who was against us, shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, the memorial, the monument. Zion means memorial or monument, remembrance of the Holy One of Israel. And to go into the city of the, they shall call thee the city of the Lord. Why is that? Why is that? Let me get this one last one through the Spirit, man. Let me make sure I got this right. Baruch in the Apocrypha. Baruch in the Apocrypha. And chapter 2 and verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivities and think upon my name, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Those are the city of Zion, man. The city of the Lord. The Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Those who think upon his name, man, and who have returned to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in spirit and in truth. So with that, I want to give all glory and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakakwadash. Yahweh being a true name and the only name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, who the world enemy calls God. Yahweh Shai being a true name and the only name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, who the world enemy calls Jesus Christ. Letting you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negroid and indigenous descent through the line of your fathers, letting you know that you are the true children of Israel. Yasharallah in the Paleo-Hebrew, meaning he, prince of the power. Double honors and salutations to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, who I learn from daily, the brothers on down, and the likewise like-minded brothers who are scattered throughout the earth, teaching the same doctrine. You Akim and you Akwath, you brothers and you sisters who have returned to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in spirit and in truth, I bid you a shalom, and you Israelite foreigners who look like the heathen nations, but truly go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I bid you a shalom as well. And when these heathen nations, the 17 nations outside of Yasharallah, are reading the Bible, what are they reading? They are reading your history. DTA, Abab, Babal, Helasum, Kwam, Yasharallah.